Hey guys, it's Ross Scotland on Space Cat. Today we're going to have a look at this. Queens of the Mersey, 175 years of Cunard. A special homecoming by Tony Storey. Because obviously I have the P&O 175 anniversary book. So for £1 from a charity shop, this is great. And the three there, although that's a painting, is the Queen Mary II, the Queen Victoria and the Queen Elizabeth. And then you just see on the back, I'll just slip it out of its dust jacket. So it's all black. So let's see what we have in here. There they are. I think that also ends the book as well, those three beautiful ships. I've never been on an ocean or cruise line. I'd love to try it at some point. There is the captain at the top. This is from 2015. So it's almost 185 years now. And just... Liverpool was the home of Cunard up until the late 1960s, so there's one of the early sailing / steamships. There is Cunard House in Liverpool, one of the three graces, along with the Liver building and the Port of Liverpool building. Now, that'll be Samuel Cunard expecting, what's that? The Aquitania. Here we have more views of the ships. The Icon of the Seas cruise liner has just started its maiden voyage, so it's also quite appropriate to look at some ships today as well. Although that thing is enormous. You wouldn't even know you're on a ship, which is what I would like to know if I was on a ship, that I was actually on a ship, not some giant shopping mall or whatever. I do love its glass dome at the front though. So there you see this, 25 years. This book actually covers 1990 to 2015, when the various Cunard liners would visit Liverpool for special reasons. And they see various of them there. I actually thought that was a collection of stamps at first. So this is the QE2 in 1990. And there are what's called the three graces, the Liver building, the Cunard building, the Port of Liverpool building. So that dock area has been completely redeveloped. The only time I've ever been to Liverpool was in the very early 1990s, and the dock area then was very nice. The guy in the centre there is the hotel manager of the ship, and this is the captain at the time. And you see Her Majesty, her late Majesty, with Betty Ford, the First Lady at the time, inspecting one of the ships. I assume the QE2. There's the QE2 in 1994. It's a lovely shot. Some lovely photos in this. See the bow and the stern, with the port of the famous buildings in the background. In 1995, when the QE2 visited. Forgot how wide the Mersey is. It's a huge river by British standards. There is one of the crew members, obviously the captain, with a cake, although it's a little truncated. That's a good view of it head on as well. Then the QE2 went visited in 1996. Great views there. From the beach, from someone's street, and then from above. Then the Royal Viking Sun, when it visited in 1999. So that is a cruise ship rather than an ocean liner. Then the Coronia, when it visited in 1999. Lots of fireworks going on. the Deputy Prime Minister in the 1990s under Tony Blair, John Prescott, who famously worked on the cruise ships in, I guess, the 1960s and travelled all over the world with them, made many trips to many countries. There it is. Unfortunately, the centrefold is truncated just a little. Then the Queen Elizabeth II, when it visited in 2000. It seems to have made a lot of visits to Liverpool. There is Elton John. This will be the late 70s or very early 80s, when he was married to Renata. Obviously, that didn't work out. He's now married to David Furnish. So lots of celebs travelled on these. Then the Coronia in 2003, when it visited. Then the QE2 in 2004. It made 2 visits, in May and in August. There's a representation of the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band there. This was a blue character. Forget what he was called now. The Blue Meanie. And then we have the QE2 again in 2007 at the docks there. Concert that they gave. This is docked. Always drills. Huge crowds. There's some more nice fireworks. Lovely backdrop there of the lighting. Now the QE2 in October 2008. The skyline has been changing quite a bit over the years. All these towers going up, at least all of these buildings are still there. Ah, this is a great shot of it going down the Mersey. I guess from this tower here is where this one is from. It's a great one going past a little lighthouse. Then the Queen Mary II, when it visited in October 2009. Very elegant ship. But I think ocean liners are far more elegant looking than cruise ships, my personal opinion. Obviously they're designed for completely different things. Some more there. I mean, the original Queen Mary was a beautiful ship. Obviously it's still at Long Beach, California. Then the Queen Victoria, when it came in 2010. There it is there. We have the then Duchess of Cornwall, now Her Majesty Queen Camilla, when she visited the ship. I do want to go on one of them one time, probably to New York, I expect. Now, the Queen Elizabeth and the Queen Mary II, when they both visited separately on separate days in September 2011. There it is there. What was that? That's the original Queen Elizabeth ship. Will that be the 30s or 40s, maybe the 50s? There's that lighthouse again. giant ferry in that shot. Doing it a grave disservice by saying that. I like that one. Fireworks over the QM2. Then the Queen Elizabeth when it visited in 2012. I do like that bridge. But yeah, you see it's all been redeveloped, that dockside area. It's very nice. Not sure who that lady is. She's the Cruise Liverpool Operations Manager, Angie Redhead, appropriately. Now we have the QM2 and the Queen Elizabeth in 2013 when they visited in May and August of that year. And there's the dockside area again, slightly different angle. Some celebrity hairdresser, I believe, with his sisters. They were going on the ship, he wasn't. That's the Queen Elizabeth. The Queen Victoria, when it visited in 2014. A very elegant bow. It looks like so many decks, but when you compare it to, say, the modern cruise liners, like the various icons and stuff, it's dwarfed by it. What is it? 20 stories, I think the icon of the seas is. And Queen Victoria there, with the local headline of the newspaper when it visited. So that's basically, it's the same as this, but on the front page of the Liverpool Echo. Then it's a bit about older ships. The second Mauritania. I didn't realise there was the second Mauritania. True monarchs of the seas. This is just it under construction. The size is just vast of all of these ships. Is. I'm not sure all of these is the Mauritania. There might be some others in there as well. Mauritania. Yes, it is all the Mauritania in various locations. And there is their fleet of Cunarders. The Queen Mary to the Queen Elizabeth and the Queen Victoria. All of them actually side by side. This is New York Battery Park, or thereabouts, because obviously it docks in New York. So they would have been watching it going past. There it is. And when I was working in the US in 2017, I was working in this building here. And I lived around the corner, around about here, maybe a 5-minute walk away. And I saw some Norwegian cruise line ships going past when I was in Coney Island. So the interior. There's docking. I assume this is like a Norwegian fjord. Queen Victoria and its grand staircase. Of course, nothing beats those old liners from the early 20th century for that sort of thing. The Titanic, the Olympic, the Queen Mary. There's a nice cutaway. Some of the interiors. An exterior dining area. There's a nice staircase. More of the interior. Nice one of it in the ocean. That might just be the Irish Sea, I don't know. There's Queen Elizabeth with Queen Elizabeth II. And there she is with the Duke of Edinburgh. At various naming ceremonies over the years, there. I believe that's her mother, Queen Elizabeth, in the 1930s. There's the Queen there, inside it. I have been on the Royal Yacht Britannia up in Edinburgh. It's very nice. That's a painting of the three of them. That's the one that's on the front dust jacket. I don't think all three of them could actually go abreast like that in the Mersey. And there's some older ships as well, here and there. From 4 funnels to 1. And that's a gentleman doing the painting of the ship. If he hadn't been there, I would have thought it was a photo. It's very realistic looking. There's the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh at various unveilings of the paintings. Or the anniversary in 2014, I guess of the QE2, I suppose. Let's see. There's just a bit about the old Cunard building. Some of the details of the buildings, very nice. Don't make them like that anymore, unfortunately. They're all just boxes these days. There's the livery of the, what do you call them, stewards. Interior of the buildings, beautiful. Small interior of the building. Some of the memorials to the people who were lost in the World Wars. This will be celebrating 175th. There's 3 there. I'm not sure. That must be Liverpool, I expect, rather than say Southampton. Let's see. Yeah, that is actually Southampton with the 3 of them there. There's the 3 there. And then there's a very nice photo to end of the 3 of them there. I assume it's a photo, it's possible it's a painting. But yes, for £1, the 175th anniversary of Cunard goes very well with my P&O anniversary as well. Very happy to have picked that up. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment suggestion for what topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.